What's going on, Sagittarius? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you've been enjoying your birthday, partying it up, living your best life, doing it big. All those things there, Sagittarius. And, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just one of a kind there, Sag. And it keeps us expanding. Optimistic. Just we're gonna go a little off script there, Sagittarius. I really do hope, because we only got like what about maybe a little less than a week before we move into well, no, yeah, about maybe a week or so before we move into cap season. So I hope those who have birthdays coming up get ready to live it up, and those who've had one that passed have hope you have been enjoying the Sagittarius, because this has been a more of an uplifting energy, just like we'd expect from your sign. So, and I was like, what else are we doing? But Sag, guess what? It is so okay. Yeah, this is what happens when I go off script. It is Celestial News Monthly. There we go. Yes, I'm not just holding thumbs up just to be weird. No, I figured out how to do fireworks there, Sagittarius. It's been fantastic, and how lucky for your birthday. Well, for Cap's birthday season, but it's fine. I wish I would have thought about it for yours. But with this monthly spread, Sagittarius, and enough of that. Whenever the sun moves into a new sign, we're going to talk about where the planets are at and how we can work with the energies. And just so you're all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with all those shenanigans with me, and never first reading on the situation, okay? So with all that being said there, Sag, let's jump into it. Partway with this word salad too, I'm blaming Mercury retrograde. Hopefully you're doing well with this Mercury retrograde, because when this is coming out, Mercury went retrograde yesterday, so on the 13th. So it's gonna be a great one there, Sag. But also, your space has been cleansed. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great angel around here, Sagittarius. Now I have Zodiac Oracle cards with the signs that the sun and the planets are in. I'm going to pull an Oracle card from this deck for each one of them, and then we will get some details with the tarot. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And in case if y'all were curious, the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check that out if you're interested. But also down below, some links for some other readers that I like watching their Sagittarius. They bring some really great insights, so definitely check them out. But there's a link for an astrologer as well if you're looking to broaden your knowledge. She's a Sagittarius, so definitely check her out. Links for some apps there, Sagittarius. That description box is lit, and so is your energy. I love it. But before we get into that, Sagittarius, talk about how powerful you are, let's talk about the sun. Because, actually, let's talk about Capricorn. Cap. But the sun is moving into Capricorn. Mercury is going to be retrograding out of Capricorn. Mercury is going to be doing some back and forth dance between your sign and Capricorn, so it's going to be an interesting one with this retrograde. Kind of like it's a hybrid retrograde. Then you have Mars that's going to be in Capricorn, and Pluto that's going to be in Capricorn. They're going just a big old birthday bash. But let's start with the sun, because the sun is going to be entering Capricorn on the 21st of December, and that'll be about 10:27 p.m. Eastern time there, Sag, and then we'll be there through the 20th of January. And with this energy there, Sag, this is great for setting and achieving long-term goals. And you may feel a stronger drive to excel in your professional endeavors, a heightened sense of responsibility, and really like a really great time to take on leadership roles as well, because Capricorn is a very ambitious sign. They're one of prestige and one of accomplishments, and just like, they're associated with the 10th house is kind of like that public image as well. Capricorn, whenever they set their mind to something, they're going to achieve it with gusto. It's almost like kind of like your energy, how you being the centaur, the archer, the seeker, like you aim your arrow, and it's just like leaping towards your ambitions there, Sagittarius. So really great energy for you, to very kind of 10 of Pentacles energy that we're in, thinking about those long-term goals. But because Capricorn is such a hardworking sign, you want to make sure that there is a balance between your personal life and your work life. You know, we want to make sure we're working smart and playing smart. So, and then yeah, Mercury I'm going to talk about on the next energy since they move back into your sign there, Sag. And then we have Mars that's going to be entering Capricorn on the 4th of January. And this is a very powerful place for Mars because after Aries and Scorpio, two of the signs that he rules, he's exalted in Capricorn. So his energy works very well in Cap. And with this, you may find yourself more adept at managing your schedules, prioritizing your tasks, and maximizing productivity. Our energy is we're really getting to that kind of focus. And it is appropriate too that all of this energy happens towards the end of the calendar year when we're already in this sort of reflective type of state. And I feel like that couples very well with Mercury too. But all this energy happening towards the end of the year is really, I feel like, giving us that push that we need, and going into and considering too that Mars is starting off this season next year with that energy to really kind of get things done, to really just kind of have like a fresh start there, Sagittarius. And you may notice too that there may be a heightened drive to excel in one's career, because this can be a very rewarding time when we diligently pursue our goals there, Sag. So definitely keep motivated in this energy. And then you have that little nugget Pluto that's going to be in Capricorn. And this is the last season that he's going to be in Capricorn until he moves into Aquarius. I want to say he might retrograde back one more time into Capricorn. I'd have to double check on that there, Sag. But when the outer planets move, this more so they do affect us on individual levels, but it's when they more so are forming aspects with our natal planets. But outer planets, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, really affect us on a global type of scale. So this period of time that Pluto has been in Capricorn, has been one that has brought about more ambitious, kind of resourceful and determined energies to achieve goals. And it's led to shift in like global economies, exposing weaknesses in existing financial structures. It's just been really just an economic reevaluations there. A lot of things have changed over this time with Pluto and Capricorn, and now we're getting ready to move from this sort of like kind of like authoritarian, business minded energy into a more innovative, freedom loving, humanitarianistic. I might be making that word up, but that's fine. We're getting innovative. Well, no, almost. But yeah, and I feel like this has really kind of been a very powerful place to be. So it's like, how do we reflect on this energy from Pluto being in Capricorn and apply it coming into this new season to kind of give back, I feel like, to the soul tribe in a sense. So I like that there, Sag. So let's go ahead and get into your first card here, though, because you got a lot of energy to bring, because you got the magical power here, Capricorn. Or Capricorn, excuse me, there, Sagittarius. And I felt felt some heat there. My bad. But with your magical power there, Sag, this I feel is you kind of calling on that abundant energy that you do have, because being Jupiter ruled, yours is one of pursuing kind of higher purposes, going on adventures, always constantly learning and growing, because you, I feel like, is a sign that it brings this hope that that there's always going to be something new to process, that we can always continue expanding. And I feel this season here is you figuring out where you want to focus that energy, whether this be, I've been on kind of a marathon kick, so maybe you want to run a marathon, or maybe you are thinking about your changing your careers, or maybe your career really is starting to come into focus, and maybe we've been a little apprehensive to jump at it, but this could be the time there, Sagittarius, to really just go for it, whatever it is that you want to achieve, and trust that you are going to be divinely guided by these magical powers, because you are too. Being Jupiter ruled, I feel that you are a very spiritual sign, very intuitive there, Sagittarius. I feel like don't sleep on your intuition. I feel you might be one that I feel like people just focus on the kind of just lucky aspect and the optimistic, the bluntness that may be Sagittarius, but really there's so much more nuance to you than that. So really kind of, I feel like, access that during this getting into Capricorn season here. But because yours is one where it takes us those like when we move from Sagittarius to Capricorn, it's taking the energies, that expansiveness that we've learned there, and really kind of grounding it and like manifesting this. But let's get some tarot on this Sagittarius and get some details with this magical power of yours. Hmm. Thank you. Alright, Sagittarius, let's see what's going on here. I like this, Sag. So you have the King of Cups, the Queen of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, that's sick, the Five of Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, and then the Death card here, there, Sagittarius. And where are we starting? Yeah, let's talk about this Sagittarius, because I feel that I love this Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Swords combo here, because I feel like this is you literally taking your magical power, taking your thoughts and making them become things, you know, really kind of starting to it feels like this kind of heightened state of manifestation here, a time for you to really kind of go at your dreams and things with this gusto, this fervor that the Queen of Wands brings. The Queen of Wands is this sort of like this unrestrained figure. She really just pursues her passion with all her heart. You know, she may not, because I do feel for some here, there's this lack energy where we feel like maybe we have these lack of resources, or there might be times when we're pursuing this thing that we may hit these bumps on the road where we'll hit these like sort of like low points and where we may feel by ourselves, because I feel you're going to be in an energy that is going to be in a lot of, you know, we're going to be kind of busy here with this Three of Pentacles, and there's a lot of changes that I feel are going to happen here, Sagittarius. There may be some changes in the groups that we may be kind of associating ourselves with, or maybe even our place of employment, possibly. Maybe we're thinking about, again, like expanding, but I feel that this Five of Pentacles can be this card of poverty, this sense of lack, and I feel like it's, because Sagittarius, I mean, you are abundant, you know, like it's so fascinating to watch how your energy does enter. I remember hanging out with the Sag once, and I mean, you have a way of just like it's so cool to see your energy kind of pull all this abundance here, and I feel like this King of Cups is keeping that cool, keeping that sort of that level head in the face of adversity, in the face of challenges, because I feel like there may even be there are going to be some people here, I feel, with the Three of Pentacles that are going to help rise you up, and I feel like some are going to like help rise and push you in the sense, and then I feel like there are going to be some that may even kind of push your buttons. But I even feel like paying attention to that, the group that you're around, that they're not pulling you into this kind of poverty mindset as well, or that they don't take away from that abundance, because I feel like that's something, I feel like people are attracted to Sagittarius energy because they see how optimistic you are, how things come naturally to you, and that they may want a piece of that pie as well, in a sense. So that's just kind of coming through there, Sagittarius. So just be mindful that people that may, or situations that keep you from changing, in a sense, you know, from keep you from evolving and from pursuing that higher energy, because I feel like all of us could really benefit from, you know, staying in a constant state of learning and growing in things. But I always tell you and your opposite sign, Gemini, that because you two are very cerebral type of signs, and I feel that yours is one, as you grow and expand, the more you learn, the more that it's a nice kind of cycle there that works. So this really nice flow, and I feel like your energies really do this magical power. Yeah, I feel like something could potentially evolve with that. You're really kind of coming into these greater energies, and yeah, I'm with that, Sagittarius. Yeah, that definitely, that Queen of Wands is giving me this sort of like your energy, just sort of like, I feel like Sag is one that it's, when it leaps, you just know that everything is going to work out in its favor. And that's what the Queen of Wands does. She just goes for it and know that, like, we may not know necessarily the details, but we're looking towards that bigger picture in a sense. She's got this sunflower here because the sunflower is always pointing towards the sun. So that's her, let that be your compass there, Sagittarius. I dig it. That's a dope start. All right. Let's keep her there. All right, now let's talk about your energy there, Sag. Well, let's get some tea first. Because you have Mercury's going to be retrograding back into your sign on the 23rd, and Venus is going to be entering your sign, the Empress, and she's been busy. There's been Empress energy all over the place. But let's start with Mercury, because Mercury retrograde kind of ties in nicely with Mercury, how Mercury operates in Sagittarius. But Mercury is already retrograde, but is gonna move from Cat back into your sign, like I was saying, on the 23rd of December, and will be there until the first, or will be retrograde to the 1st of January, which I feel like is a very great energy. Like how I was saying, we're in this year. It's like how appropriate that Mercury's going to be getting out of retrograde at the beginning of the year, giving us time to slow down and to reflect, because that's what retrogrades are for. They're meant to just for us to kind of slow down and kind of process how we're working with the energies and get us to get a game plan to really start taking stuff off again. It's not that you can't do things during retrogrades, but it's just changing, switching things up, adapting, and kind of processing how things are going so far. And the fact that that's happening, coupling it with your ruler, Jupiter, that's going to be going direct like the day or a couple of days before that, we're in a very kind of auspicious energy. I feel like the beginning of this year is going to be a pretty kind of explosive one as far as like magical powers and things. Like things really kind of taking off. So, but Mercury retrograde is one that can lead to some delays in like our mails, and whether that be our physical mail our our emails and things. So like checking your spam folders, maybe if you got ordered any sort of like packages and things that might be, oh, actually, now that I said that, we're gonna hope that packages arrive on time there, because I actually got a package that's gonna be coming there. I got some sidebar there, Sagittarius. I treated myself for Christmas, and I got myself some gifts. I got some decks coming in, and so I essentially got you a gift, so because I'm gonna be using that with you all, but it's fine. And also, there, Sagittarius, if we have any sort of like travel plans, we want to make sure that we're double checking travel, checking our tickets, make sure that things are going according to plan, because sometimes that could lead to potential delays or changes. Because Mercury can deal with that travel, you deal with travel as well. Mercury's more to kind of that short term, whereas you are more of that like long term, or like kind of long distance. And also, too, Mercury, and I've been feeling it honestly for like the last maybe week or so, that miscommunications and misunderstandings may arrive. You may find yourself just serving word salad up hot and fresh. So just keep that in mind there, Sagittarius. But on a more specific point, with Mercury being retrograding in your sign, this, I feel like, it leads to a stronger inclination to reflect on beliefs and ask ourselves bigger questions in life. How has this year been going? How have I changed? Where do I want to go from here? And like really getting into those deeper questions and paying attention, because the aces for me are kind of like my seed cards in a sense. This Ace of Swords, you're getting this clarity. Ace of Pentacles, you're getting the divine materials that you need, kind of accumulating your resources. It's a really great time, I feel like, to kind of ponder those really bigger things. And depending on, oh no, hold on, before I get into that, I almost, she would have looked at me some way if I forgot about the Empress. But Venus is going to be, I'm all over the place, but Mercury's going to be retrograding in your sign till the 1st, and then we'll be back in Capricorn on the 13th of January. And that's basically just kind of helping. It's like now that once we reflect on those bigger ideas, now it's just getting back into that kind of hard working, thinking about the future, prioritizing, getting things in order type of energy that Capricorn brings. And then Venus will enter your sign on the 29th of December. And look at this. I feel like this end of the year is really kind of lighting up here. We got Venus, we got Jupiter, it's going to be lit. But there may be a desire for bringing more excitement and kind of new experiences into our relationships, whether it be romantic, familial, friendly. Because again, yours is one about experiencing new things and learning, broadening your horizons in a sense. So why not do that with a friend there, Sagittarius? And this can even influence your approach, influence how you approach love and relationships. Maybe in fostering a sense of like hope and possibility. So, maybe you're thinking about asking that special someone out. Be a little optimistic there. Bring the little swag on there, Sagittarius. Show them with the Queen of Wands. You got that Queen of Wands energy looking good there, Sag. Venus, and how appropriate. Venus just, and we're going to talk about that in a second, but Venus is going to be conjuncting your signs. You're going to have that Venusian energy on. I'm with a Sagittarius, but also this is favorable for relationships that involve travel. So this can be very great networking energy, or even just connect with friends that maybe we haven't had a chance with. Maybe distance has separated us, and maybe we're planning a little mini vacation there, Sagittarius. Who knows what that's looking like? But like I was saying, depending on where your Sag placements are at, this is going to be forming a conjunction with your signs. And conjunctions are this unique blend of energy. They're the strongest bond of an energy because they're so close to your natal placement. A conjunction starts within like about 3 degrees, excuse me, of a sign, 3 to 0 degrees. And so, like I was saying, you're going to be, for some, maybe not all, depending if you have like early Sagittarius placements, you may not feel that Mercury influence again. But you all would definitely feel that Venus type of energy there. So, bringing on those energies of beauty and thinking about relationships and, yeah, that your aesthetics, maybe switching up your styles may even change their Sagittarius. And this can also be too, Venus deals with finances as well, so maybe we're getting a little more savvy with our money, however that might be looking like there. So a little something to think about with that energy. But let's go ahead and get another oracle on this, Sag. Gemini got this too. So you have the Karmic Justice card here, Sagittarius. And with this card, I feel like this one is a card always kind of like is like a be mindful of the energies that you put out there, because it reminds me of that threefold law. Once you put out, you get back threefold. Or you know how they say that thing, when you got one finger pointing at one person, there are 3 more pointing right back at you. So I feel like it's just being mindful of the things that we say, the things that we wish upon others, and getting into that sort of vengeful energy. And not that I'm saying you're going to seek revenge, but even just how you talk about someone can really, it keeps you in that kind of lower vibration when we're wishing those kind of lower things on people. I feel like the best thing that you can do for anyone, no matter what happened, and I hear that, Sagittarius. I know that there's sometimes where people like to play the game, and so like if you they may think that I don't know, like I want to be mindful about getting in this vibration, because it's just like when they think that you're the one, and you may feel like, yeah, you know what, I'm always the one, bet. Like we want to be mindful, I feel like, of that, and just kind of that. So I'm just getting like a 5 of Swords energy when I think with this Karmic Justice card. That's sort of like negative vibration, just like wishing ill on others, and again, not that you do that, but if when we're like name calling, or just, and I know that may sound like a little extra, but it really does keep you in that, like, I feel like there are more constructive ways, like letting the universe work that stuff out, not giving that any more of your energy. I feel like is a really great way of dealing with that. And just, yeah, again, allowing the universe to kind of do its work. It's like the justice card in a sense. Because there may be, for some, we might be wanting to not necessarily get one back or kind of let people know like, it's an interesting balance because I'm not saying we're being like a doormat there, Sagittarius, but I do feel like that there is a line. Like if someone's bringing disrespect, it's just like, hey, we're not going to do this, or like you talk to me like this way, like let me get some tarot on this, see if I can find better words for this, Sagittarius. Because it was kind of tricky when I was explaining this to Gemini too, because when I think about your signs, you and Gemini, Sagittarius is blunt where Gemini is glib. Like there's that tact that's needed sometimes. And I feel like sometimes, like, because listen, I have a Gemini moon and my mouth has gotten me into some trouble sometimes. It's really no wonder that I've never been in a fight. But it's, yeah, let me get your cards here and see if I can find the words for this. Let's see what's going on here, Sagittarius. Right, okay, cool. Okay, that helps. So you have the two, you got a lot of pentacles here, I'm with it. So you have the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, and then the Queen of Swords here. And that's what I was getting at here. Like, I like that both these popped up. The Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups and Pentacles. Because I feel that when you allow a certain energy to throw off your vibration, that when you're feeding your energy into that negativity, then that's distracting you from really getting into this, what you want to accomplish in life. It just throws your energies out of balance here with the Two of Pentacles. And then I feel like that things start to not necessarily not work out how they're meant to, but it makes it where you have to work harder, I feel like, at things. And I feel like this karmic justice is a lot that sort of like letting go, that kind of Eight of Cups energy to, we're not excusing someone for what they did, but we're choosing not to hold on to that anymore. As far as like letting that affect you. And I feel that this is something with this Eight of Pentacles, like, is getting in the routine of that. Just being, again, because like I was saying here, you got your Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, your thoughts become things. And we're in a really, I feel like, kind of like heightened state of manifestation, because I feel the awareness is starting to broaden there, Sagittarius. And so that's why I feel like this Queen of Swords is being here, just kind of really being observant and seeing clearly what energies you put out there, how they come back to you in return. And if we're not liking that return, what are we putting out there? What's going on that's got this vibration where we're attracting all of this stuff here, because there's a reason for that. And there's something that's needing to, Death card, change. Two of Pentacles, change. In the Thoth deck, the Two of Pentacles is a change card. And I feel, Sagittarius, that there can be a lot to, and that's interesting, because I feel like the Nine of Pentacles can be a very independent type of card. This is working towards your Empress energy. This is Venus in Virgo. And I feel there can be a lot that we can learn about ourselves through this kind of observing how yeah, like how even like things have worked out. Like, I hope that this makes sense. Like how what you've put out there is like how it's like this. It's like the words are right on the tip of my tongue. I think I feel like I got my point across there, Sagittarius. So I think I'm gonna leave that there before I get consumed by this retrograde. I tell you what, I should probably start projecting this all on Mercury, because Mercury and I are pretty tight, but it's still. But let's get these cards in order here, and let's talk about Taurus, because you have your ruler, Big Papa, is in Taurus, and he's finally gonna be going direct, like I was saying, on the 30th. So I feel like that's gonna be a breath of fresh air for everyone, but I feel like especially for you there, Sagittarius. Now we're getting out of that sort of hermit state, and now the energies are going to start getting back moving again. And then we have Uranus, that's still going to be retrograde for a little while longer, but Jupiter will be, once he goes direct, he will be in Taurus until the 25th of May 2024. And with this Sagittarius, this really encourages us to encourages like a steady and measured approach to like achieving our goals. Anything like, Taurus is all about security first and foremost. Well, not I won't say first and foremost, but a big part of them is about security, and whether that be financial, home, wherever, even I feel like emotional securities, because that of all affects us like self-esteem. So, and you're thinking about that long-term energy. So it's like, how do we take that abundant Jupiter energy and kind of spread that out? And I feel Taurus kind of slows things down a little bit, you know but only because we want that. We don't want to just expend all of that at one thing, or at one time. And this can bring opportunities for financial growth, and an increase in like material well-being. And it's really great for investing, savings, and just like long-term planning there. Again, very 10 of Pentacles. And I mean, you're almost there. You're at your 9 of Pentacles there, Sagittarius. And then you have Uranus, that's going to be retrograde in Taurus until the 27th of January. And this time that Uranus has been in Taurus, he's been in there, I want to say, since like 2018. And, Uranus is all about that innovation. He brings these changes because, he keeps us looking towards the future and keeps us challenging ourselves and growing, and just being our unique selves. And two, Uranus really wants us to have that sense of freedom in whatever area it is that he happens to be in. And so this encourages us to kind of revisit and potentially revise our core beliefs and attitudes towards like wealth, possessions, and what we truly value. And I feel like coupling that with how Mercury's gonna be retrograding back in your sign, I really feel like this Queen of Swords, a lot of clarity can kind of come into there, and we can utilize these last couple of years that Uranus is going to be in Taurus very constructively there. Now, let's go ahead and get an oracle on this and see what other energies we have. Oh, I like that. Alright, Sagittarius, not appropriate for your sign, because you got the knowledge card here. And I feel with this knowledge card, Sag, this is going to be a great time for you to, and that's like, because when we talk about that with the 9 of Pentacles, I feel like we were getting more kind of knowledge on ourselves, learning about your magical powers, finding out what areas can we grow, what areas can we change, what things do we need to release with this death card here, and welcome in something into this new space there. Maybe for some, we might even be thinking about taking up some course of studies. Maybe you want to go back to school, or whatever that's looking like, finding some sort of mentor or anything. But I feel that this is one where, and I feel like it's not just about receiving all that knowledge there, just learning for learning's sake there, Sag. It's like, what are we learning in order to give back to the soul tribe, in a sense, so we have that reciprocity, that give and take that's going on here. And maybe for some, we might even be maybe you're stepping into this kind of mentor role, that leadership role that we were talking about with Capricorn. And because I feel like a great way, Sagittarius, to even solidify knowledge is to teach it. You know, one thing I love doing about this channel is that it helps me to incorporate the knowledge that I'm learning and kind of help solidify that. So it's like even but at the same time, it's still, you know, I'm giving out this information in a sense, and yeah, just like finding that thing that really helps kind of fulfill you and kind of like satisfy, like satiates that thirst for knowledge and things that I feel like your signs have. Because I was just thinking about this the other day, like my signs that I would consider just like really naturally intelligent. And I would, you know, you're definitely in my top five. I'd probably throw you, Gemini, Virgo. I'd probably throw Aquarius in that mix. I'll go ahead and give that to him. And yeah, Libra, even Libra too, because Libra is they are a very smart sign. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. But yeah, that's where I feel like yeah, this growing of knowledge here can be very beneficial to you there, Sagittarius. But let me get and keep in mind there, Sag, while I'm making that list. My sun signs in Cancer, so you know. am I? Never mind. But let's get into some tarot. It's like I'm gonna have a. I don't want all the other zodiac signs and want me thinking I'm not thinking they're smart. Oh, and there's Big Papa. I love when rulers come out for their signs. That's fantastic. And look at you thinking and celebrating. I'm with it. All right. Oh, and you're racking up aces here, Sagittarius. I love it. So you got your ruler, Big Papa Jupiter. You have the Four of Wands, the Six of Wands, the Ace of Wands, all this energy. And then you have the Page of Swords here, Sagittarius. And you know, I feel with this Page of Swords, like I was saying, the Page of Swords is a very curious one. He reminds me, when we're talking about Gemini, he reminds me of Gemini energy. And I feel that it's that being curious there, Sagittarius, you know, being open to expand your mind there, to soak up all the abundance and the information that is around you. You know, and again, I feel like we're not just accumulating knowledge just for knowledge's sake. There's some where we're gaining these experiences for practical use there, to utilize them to give back in a sense. You know, I feel with this Ace of Wands being here, but I feel it's even just learning things too that invigorate you, that get you wanting to I even, you know, I even kind of feel with this there, Sagittarius, for some that we might even be even thinking about. There's this like graduation energy. I feel like is coming through a sense. Like maybe we are, you know, coming up on the last year of something, and we might be thinking about where we're going to take something next year. Not that we're graduating right now, but maybe we're thinking about that. You know, maybe it's like the last year or something like that until this big celebration, and then it's just like this. What's next? Chapter that's thinking like, and I feel like this is like starting to get some ideas cooking up for some for some long term stuff here. And I feel like honestly, Four of Wands, Six of Wands, I feel even for some that we might even get into, because the Six of Wands can be this like this card of recognition, and maybe we might be getting recognized for your knowledge there, Sagittarius. This could be maybe you're creating a some sort of master class, or maybe you're doing maybe you're writing a book, Sagittarius, or just maybe you're doing some sort of seminar, just something. I feel like you pursuing this knowledge, I feel it can lead to this place where you're being celebrated in a sense, like this. Keep laureate keeps popping up in my head, so And one last thing there, Sagittarius, I do feel like that it is celebrating in the. It's just like celebrating in the fact that you can always keep growing and always keep learning, and let that be a motivator for you to keep. Because sometimes the Six of Wands, it can be about that. You know, it is a card of celebration, but this person just came from a long journey. And I feel like it's sometimes we can be so focused on that end picture that we forget to enjoy the journey along the way there. And I feel yours is, you're the adventurers, and so you want to make sure that I feel you're just taking in all of that and like letting that just keeping you grow, because the more that you celebrate these little victories and things along the way, the bigger those kind of bigger victories are there, Sagittarius. So I dig that. All right, Sag, let's get into your this last energy here, which is Pisces. Because we have Saturn that's in Pisces and Neptune that's going to be Pisces. They're going to be hanging out for the next couple years. But with Saturn in Pisces, this can Saturn's going to be in Pisces until the 25th of May 2025, and with this energy, this can encourage us to apply our intuitive insights practically and really making them more useful, and supports a more kind of structured approach to spiritual practice and inner growth. So learning more about your magical power there, your intuition, Sagittarius, because again, or not Pisces, Jupiter rules over both you and Pisces. And Pisces is known as, this kind of powerful, intuitive and things. And, a lot of I'm sure they'll credit that a lot to Neptune. But before Neptune was even discovered, it was Jupiter that was doing all this work there. And I feel that it is remembering that you do have these intuitive energies at your disposal, that it's more than just this luck. That luck, I feel like, comes from listening to your intuition and following your spirit guides, and then being open and adaptable to these changes that happen. And this could be one, like maybe we're learning about doing it through some reading, maybe we're doing some meditation, through some yoga, getting out in nature, doing some sound healing, whatever that's looking like there. Said maybe you want to learn some Reiki or learn about crystals, or whatever this is, but it is, Saturn, I feel like, is taking that kind of nebulous energy, psychic energy, fantastic, that energy that they have, and now we're materializing that. We're really grounding that and making it more applicable to this realm here. And then you have Neptune that's going to be in Pisces until the 30th of March, 2025. And Neptune, like I was saying, rules over Pisces as well as Jupiter. And it depends on who you ask. Some say that Neptune just rules them. Some say Jupiter just. I think they're cool enough to have two rulers there. And this encourages brings about a greater sensitivity to spiritual and the metaphysical realm. So really connecting with source there, Sagittarius, finding out those intuitive abilities that you have, and in those gifts that you have at your disposal. And it really is conducive to various forms of creative endeavors as well. So maybe this is through writing, maybe this is through music, through crafting, through poetry, whatever that's looking like for you there, Sagittarius. Dance, allowing yourself to express yourself, because Neptune in Pisces is this very fantastic, dreamlike type of energy, and so you could really have a lot of really kind of a lot of creative energy at your disposal there. But the trickiness with these planets in the sign is, depending on where your placements are at, this is going to be forming a square with your sign. And squares are usually situations, by no fault of anyone's, that put you into a situation to take a new action, in a sense. Like squares, I feel like they can be kind of tougher energies because the energies don't quite match up, but they keep us adaptable, they keep us changing, keep us evolving. So squares, even though they have that look, maybe, and two, with Neptune, it's a bit of a neutral planet. Neptune's can be a little tricky, but Saturn is more of a malefic planet, and he's back at the first degree right now, depending on when you're watching this. So he's just moving freshly through Pisces now. He's actually forming a square with my Gemini placement. So, but let's get your last oracle card here, Sagittarius. Oh, interesting. Thank you. All right, Sagittarius. So you have the Learn the Truth card here. And look at this wise owl. And I feel like that's you, Sagittarius, this wise creature. And I feel for some this is this like this learning, this is like there is this learning the truth as far as for some, I feel it ties to that karmic justice, and it's like we're learning the truth to why we're at the place we're at in our journey. Like just seeing things with a bit more clarity is what I mean, and like how we can, if we've not been liking where the energies have been, if we've been in this Five of Pentacles for a while, kind of in this low type of energy, kind of been feeling out in the cold, how can we? What do we need to work on? Eight of Pentacles in order to change that up and be back in that abundant state. Wheel of Fortune here, and speaking of that, like that abundant type of energy, I'm even getting that for some if you've, because I feel like if you've heard of like the law of attraction there, Sagittarius, I feel like that there's a, if we haven't thought about that in a while, just kind of revisiting that concept in a sense, and if we don't know about that, kind of looking into that energy and learning more about just kind of, I feel like the truth of how things kind of work here, how, sort of like how, like I would say, like your thoughts becoming things, listening to that, those higher powers, and receiving the downloads for the truth as far as like to, and I almost feel like there's even like this understanding of like this purpose in a sense, like really getting, because again that energy with that Nine of Pentacles about learning a lot about yourself. It's, I feel like it's like learning a why we're here, understanding this bigger cause that we're bringing, and knowing that too. I feel like that no matter how little of an impact you think you have, it really does. That little energy ripples. I feel like you have a stronger effect and influence on things than I think that you may realize there, Sagittarius. But let me get your last tarot cards here so we can so I can get you out of here learning this. Learning. Hmm. Alright, Sag, last little bit here. Ooh, there she is. Ooh, I'm with it. So and I love that these two popped up together here. So you have the Six of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Magician, and then the Empress here. There's Sagittarius, and then let's switch back over. Because I feel with this energy here, I love when the Empress and the Magician pop up, because this is you literally creating your abundance. And the thing with this deck, Sagittarius, is that there are two Empresses in this deck, and this is Baby Empress. And I feel Baby Empress is your, I love calling her that. I feel that this energy is you kind of at this beginning stage here. It's like we're in that learning process right now. We're starting to, I feel like paying attention to our thoughts and how they can keep us locked up there. And I feel too, Sagittarius, like as we start to learn certain truths, I feel like trying to, there's this energy here of like not letting that scare you, or letting that get you in this place of like apprehension or being nervous. Is something to get you more excited about. Like, sure, there may be all these changes that need to happen, but that means that there's more stuff to do, because otherwise, the energies would just be stagnant. And I do feel that we're going to be kind of going on this sort of new adventure here, kind of going this, and it may not be like this, because the Six of Swords can potentially be this energy of traveling in a sense, but I feel it's going to be, if it's not like a physical travel, then it can be more so of an internal travel. But I feel it's one that when we start learning these things and start making these shifts, that things are going to start moving a lot faster than you think. And I feel you're going to, because I feel for some we might even feel a little behind, maybe even in our learning and things. But the Knight of Swords, he's He's a diligent one. He's going to be one that when he sets his mind to something, he's going to pursue it. And but I do feel too, because the Knight of Swords can be a fast one. You want to be mindful, like he can be so future oriented that he does forget to neglect or neglects to reflect on the past and really kind of process some things, because I feel like, especially when we're talking about that karmic justice, in order to really, I feel like, embrace the full abundance that comes through with the Empress and this manifesting with the Magician, that we need to find out why things went awry, and just kind of get eyes on that so that we don't fall back into some old patterns that just slow down your energy there, Sagittarius. So I think I'm gonna leave that there. A little something to ponder. But I like where your energies is at. Very appropriate for your sign. Very just one of growth and higher learning. So that's cool. But let's let me get these cards organized. And if you like that there, Sagittarius, or if anything resonated with you, give it a thumbs up. And share the Sagittarius if you know someone who's, I don't know, just needing to tap into their potential, or maybe they're just kind of thoughtlessly just sort of putting out energies there, or been doing actions that haven't been in their best vibration. Just, yeah, that karmic justice one was an interesting one. But and then subscribe there, you Wheel of Fortune. Hit that bell button, get notified on all these videos each week. And then last little bit there, Sagittarius, if you have any Cancer in your placement, Sun, Moon, Rising, come on over to the Chariot Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans, and it's a good old time. And all that housekeeping is down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here. Oh, so I can get you out of here, Sagittarius. Leave it to Capricorn. Capricorn felt weird that we weren't saying bye to them before closing out this reading. You got the devil here, there, Sagittarius, which is Capricorn energy. And so, you know how we were talking about that, learn the truth there. If there are any things that are holding you back, any sort of vices, any sort of, and again with that karmic justice, be aware of getting involved in any sort of toxicity there, Sagittarius, any sort of low vibratory things, because the trickiness with Jupiter energy is that, and I feel that's something to be mindful of with you being such an abundant sign. Yeah, Jupiter is abundant, sure, and expansive, but he doesn't discriminate what vibration you're in. If you're going to kick it in low vibration, that's cool, but you're going to get a lot of that with Jupiter. That's the trade-off, but I feel the devil is not just there to be reminded of, just like, to keep you down. The devil is also Capricorn, that perseverance, that learning about these things, getting eyes on this. How can we grow from this? How can we expand? How can we come into our highest vibration there and appreciate the accomplishments along the way? The devil's sort of like this checkpoint in a sense, or like this kind of like check-in, like, hey, how are we doing? Have the energies gotten stale? Why have we been doing that? He's like, he's ruled by Saturn, so the taskmaster. What are we doing? That's what I feel like the devil comes through, but it does always keep us abundant, keeps us growing, keeps us expanding. So I'm with it. Let's get your other oracle card here, Sagittarius, so I can get you out of here. Nice. I'm with that. Thank you. So you have the here and now card, Sagittarius. And that's where I feel like, be present. It's, I feel like be mindful about getting too caught up in the past and too wrapped up in the future. That you take the wisdom from the past and apply it to the present, because we're always living in the future, Sagittarius. Every moment I feel like it's letting yourself get too far ahead. I'm all for planning ahead, of course, but in order to accomplish those things is what we're doing right here and now that's going to make those dreams come true or not. So you got 9 of Cups here. You have your wish. So it's just like, what actions are we taking, and how are we learning? How are we growing? How are we utilizing our powers presently in order to live that victory, that 6 of Wands, that 4 of Wands energy, that Wheel of Fortune. So yeah, just pay attention to, be as present as possible here. And I feel like too, this here and now is like honor where you're at. You know, like you are exactly where you need to be at this point in your journey, and it's all uphill from there, Sagittarius. So I think I'm gonna leave that there. I like that nice little ending there. But you stay safe out there, Sagittarius. Again, how we ended on the devil, that karmic justice. Just be mindful, okay? And you raise your vibration through the roof, all the way through the roof to Jupiter. Let Jupiter feel that how you're raising the vibration down here. And I will catch you on the next one.